so the ligature resistant sliding door system is an interesting product, and you have to know the history of it to really understand why this is such a game changer. Go back probably 7 or 8 years, we were approached by the thought leaders of the industry who were trying to come up with a model room for behavioral health. What would be their wish list and how would they design this room? And a slider was always part of that, because there's inherent advantages in a slider, whether it be space saving, right? Because a slider just slides back and forth, whereas every swinging door takes up 10 square feet of space. Imagine 2 in a room, you're wasting 20 square feet of space. There's the residential aspect of a slider. If you think about today's modern construction, walk into any newly constructed apartment building or new home, and you see sliders everywhere. That's what people see in their everyday life in a normal environment that they come across, whether it be apartment buildings, office buildings, in their own homes. And I think what we're trying to do is create an environment that respects patient dignity and offers them an environment as close to what they would see if they weren't in a facility, a behavioral health facility. So there's an inherent advantages there. Then there's the actual advantages from a ligature standpoint, right? The sliding door literally eliminates ligature points that you cannot eliminate in a swinging door. There is no ligature at the top of the door because the door doesn't swing. By definition, we've eliminated that. If you look at the way we've locked and latched the door, it's in the top of the header. There is nothing that latches in the side that allows you to create a ligature point on the side. So we've actually eliminated several ligature points that swinging doors don't eliminate. And then when I talk about the next generation of the slider, the slide and swing, we've actually come up with a way to swing the door out to deal with a variety of concerns that people may have when there's a situation they're trying to deal with inside of a patient's room. But more than that, you also have an anti-vandal component where if somebody were to try and disable a cylinder, we've addressed that. Right now, there is not a swinging door out there that I know of that allows you, in the case that the cylinder is disabled, to get in the room. And that includes doors with swing away stops and safety stops. They don't allow you to get in the room if the cylinder is disabled. You still need to be able to unlock the door. Well, the next generation of slider addresses that problem. So every day we're coming up with newer, better ways to improve our products and create the next generation of those products. And the slider is just an improvement on the overall opening. And it wasn't necessarily driven solely by Accurate. This was driven by the thought leaders. And I think you need to really, really understand and think that through. This isn't me trying to come up with a new product so I can create sales. This is thought leaders coming to Accurate and other manufacturers and saying, this is the way we want to design a room because we think this is the best way to help a patient towards a healthy recovery. And that's what the slider does, and that's the genesis of it, and that's why we developed it. So I think when it comes to the slider, it offers so many benefits, from a safety standpoint, from an aesthetic standpoint, and just from an overall patient dignity standpoint.